Hello, everybody. How are you? This is your pal Boise, your old friend, doing another sobriety daily video vlog. So welcome to my journey of sobriety, and I hope you're having a great little path yourself. Today's Friday, April 24th, 2026. I've been sober for 14,269 days. 39 years and 23 days, 468 months and 23 days. Blows my mind sometimes when I think of it, but over that time, we change, we evolve, hopefully get better. Sometimes we have a step back or two, not with drugs, but emotionally speaking, and then we're able to get it back together again and get refocused and move forward. Things change, and we're in a t-shirt with the Byrds, and they changed from being a jangle pop rock band from the 60s that was influenced by the Beatles' Rubber Soul, Electric Dylan, and had a few records that were really doing well. And then David Crosby, who was a notorious a-hole in the band, he left or got thrown out or mutual. And Gene got basically let go himself, and he wrote Feel a Whole Lot Better, which was done later by Tom Petty excellently, and it's a great song to have that resurrected back in the late 80s. But Roger McGuinn was the original 12-string guitar player, and then he's already a folkie to begin with. So being country was not too far of a step, Sweethearts of the Rodeo country, and they got Graham Parsons in there, who ended up dying of a heroin overdose. He'd already left the band, hung around with Keith Richards and Mick Jagger and everybody in France when they were doing Exile on Main Street. And he influenced some of the country music that the Stones and Keith put together on that album. And then, of course, he did with the Byrds, and then he did his own with the Flying Burrito Brothers, and then died of heroin. And he died like 2 months before his 27th birthday, so he was not included in the 27 club. He died a little too soon. He missed it by that much. But it's a shame because he was a great artist, and people lose to drug addiction. And if you're a musician, you like jazz, you like country, you know how Hank Williams ended up dying and basically drank himself to death and died in the back of his big long Cadillac going to a gig overnight on New Year's. And you hear these stories about people that just, Hank Williams Jr. getting so effed up that he fell off the side of a mountain, busted up his face and injured himself and almost killed himself, resurrected himself with the song Family Tradition. But then he still embraced drugs and alcohol. And I was part of that outlaw movement too, and I was knee deep in my addiction. And it was great for us to hide our addiction in that group because it was acceptable to do coke. It was acceptable to do heroin in certain parts of the room. It was acceptable everywhere to drink and drink anytime and all the time. And pretend that you're a rock star, pretend that you're a country star, pretend that you're bigger than you are, because when you are using, you are acting bigger than you are. It's a matter of perspective, and we change ourselves, and people change their perceptions of us, just like the Byrds changed over and over again. And they kept trying something different and morphing into something else until they became a full-fledged country band. One of the first bands rock bands that became country. And Mike Nesmith from the Monkees, definitely, but he didn't get credit either. They get a little bit credit to Poco, but then Poco and Linda Ronstadt's backup band, the Eagles, come out and they get all the credit, and they were like, in the scheme of things, they were Johnny Come Lately. They were part of the movement, but they were like 4 or 5 years after these initial people broke the ground. They became superstars, Then they look back and they change their perspective, and it changes their perspective on who they are and how we listen to them or how we respect them. Now, I don't want to think I'm crapping on the Eagles. I've seen them twice myself. I enjoy the band, always have, always will. I obviously like the Byrds and Sweethearts of the Rodeo. I'm wearing the t-shirt, right? Now, when I'm talking about some of these things to some of you younger folks, you got streaming service, go ahead and pull it up. Check it out. I used to have to save money, cutting the grass, birthday money, get an album or two. Like, even that's how I listen to albums or stream my music. I listen to the full album over and over all day again, like I did when I only had a couple albums. Then I got more. Now, if you see my record collection, is like, I want to say about 4,000 vinyl, but I didn't get them overnight. It was long, long, hard. But I remember one time in 1984, I was joking around. I said, hey man, I've been partying so effing hard. I haven't bought any music. Oh, you got a ton of music, man. Yeah, I know, but all I bought was Van Halen's 1984, Prince's Purple Rain, Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA. I think there's a John Mellencamp album in there too. Didn't buy much. I went back and bought, years later, filled in those gaps. But I was using so much drugs and so much alcohol, I couldn't even afford my best passion was music. I couldn't afford my best friend, music. Now, I got to listen to a lot of music, but I was high as a kite, and it wasn't the same. And it didn't mean as much to me. It moved me, but later on, it didn't intellectually stimulate me. I wasn't really listening to the lyrics and getting deep meaning from relationship songs or breakup songs or even work songs. I wasn't getting any of that whatsoever. And, you tend to get into a downward spiral. And it takes you a while to realize you're spinning and going down. And then by the time you really realize it, you look up and you realize that everything is circling the bowl. Then you realize, oh my God, I'm a turd and I'm going down. Someone flushed. And when you realize that you're a piece of crap, either you come back from it or you don't. Because right there, you're at the edge. You're on the ledge. I've got cats that sit at the edge of the table and, don't do it, don't do it. And they knock something off. That would be you getting knocked off the table of life. You're just a plaything for a cat. You're just a toy. You're just a little mouse they can play around with. And that's what you're doing to your life. And you've got to try to do something different. Or, if you're a Star Wars fan, as Yoda would say, there is no try, only do. You like that, huh? Yeah, no, Yoda knows what's going on. That's the whole thing. Movies, music, pop culture. You can pick up a lot of things that were big back in that time, whether you're watching a movie from 1984 or you're listening to a record from 1967, 68, Sweethearts of the Rodeo. I remember wearing this when the rodeo comes to town to Houston. It's like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks of barbecuing and cook-offs, and then it's like 3 weeks of just rodeo and concerts. It's amazing. And I was wearing this, and someone said, "Oh, you're wearing it for the rodeo." I guess, but it's the Byrds, Sweethearts of the Rodeo. Yeah, it says rodeo. Oh, you're not familiar with who the Byrds are. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Sure, exactly. You're right. I won't be talking music with this individual, but I won't be talking how that music moves me. And I won't be talking how it's moving me now, years later. A little less than 60 years later. Sometimes when I do the math, hurts my head. But I'm telling you, things get better with your sobriety. You can have fun. I have fun mocking myself. As a matter of fact, some people will say, you really put yourself down a lot when you're at a meeting. I'm like, I don't care. I just want you to know where I came from. I want you to know the wreckage I crawled out of 39 years ago. It was horrific. It was embarrassing. it was life altering. I ruined a lot of other lives and hurt a lot of other people. 39 years later doesn't make it any better. If they've learned to forgive me and spoke to me and forgiven me, I am grateful for the second chance. But there are still some people from back in that day, not a lot, but less than 5%, that still think I'm just one big fucking turd. I'm one big piece of shit. I'll never be better. But it's not for me to go, hey, I've been sober. You got to make sure you listen. No. It's their right. I hurt them. You hurt somebody. It's their right to forgive you. Or it's their right not to forgive you. You don't get something just because you did something later. Hey, look at me. Sorry. No, I still think you're full of shit and you're insincere. Oh, shit. I'm never going to get ground with some of these people. It took years for family members to finally respect me. Years. I mean, I had some cousins on, hey, I've been sober for 10 years. I've been sober for 15. So? You're just trying to make me look bad. I'm not trying to make you look bad, Bobby. God damn it, I've been sober longer than you've been married. You couldn't even stay married that long. You haven't done anything for 15 years. Started getting kind of combative with my sobriety, and my family members had to smack them around like a cat off the table. And most of them finally came around. I mean, I had one young cousin of mine was like, dude, you're always drunk and high. What the F are you doing? What do you mean? I learned it from the best. You wrote the book. You didn't read the last chapter where I quit and I went sober? You dipshit. You go to a movie and walk out the last 15 minutes? You dork. You read half a book and throw it away because you're a pinhead? Come on. Be real. You can blame me for it. And if you're going to blame me, then you better give me the equal credit to changing my life in the end. Or just leave me out of your conversation. Leave me out of your example. Because you're not being honest about me. You're not being honest about yourself. You're not being honest about the situation. And when I confront you with it in front of other people, I'm embarrassing the hell out of you. And they're looking at you the way I'm looking at you. You need to change your evil ways, baby, for I stop loving you. Thank you, Santana. But sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's sad, sometimes it's tragic, sometimes it's joyful. Sometimes it's all that in one goddamn minute. Hell of a ride. But you got to be strong enough to keep continuing to ride. I got a friend of mine who's from Houston, and her and her boyfriend now, she met him up north. She was always going to Alaska. By the way, hi, Megan. Love you, baby. Anyway, she's in Oregon with him, and she's always snowboarding, and she posts these videos, and it's so cool because we're talking about a girl who, God, we're gonna have a hard freeze. Oh my God, she bundled up and hide in her house. Now she's coming down slopes in the wintertime. It's like, my God, she reminds me of some of the girls I grew up with back in Minnesota that were skiing on Spirit Mountain or Lutsen up further north, or just on the snowmobile trails, or just going out and having fun in the cold weather and the snow. And this girl's from South Houston? And I really don't think about, I think she's Hispanic too, or half Hispanic. So it's like, if you got Mexican blood in you, you're not exactly a person that wants to make snow angels. But she does, and she's changed. And now I'm living down here, and now I'm the one. Back when I was, maybe in my party days, it'd be March, and it's gonna be 45 degrees, dude. Let's go ahead and shovel the rest of the snow off the deck. Get it in the corner, we'll get a pony keg, and we'll have a party. We'll get a boom box, put on your toque. We just got a t-shirt, a flannel, we got shorts, we got pack boots. We're ready to go. Even some choppers if we have to. We're gonna party, man, because it's 45 degrees. Now down here, now that I've been down here, first I was in Nashville, then down here as I keep moving south from Minnesota, I don't have my Nordic blood anymore. So I'm the kind of guy that's like, what? It's gonna be 55 tonight? Oh my God, someone give me my shawl. Oh my God. I'm gonna need a sweater. Maybe I'll put on 2 t-shirts and a flannel. I better wear long pants. I better wear those thicker t-shirts, not those thin ones I wear in the summer. It's gonna be cold. I got a jacket. I got a hoodie too, just in case. My boys back home would bitch slap me for behaving like that. I do have some cousins that say, hey, I wanna come down and see you. Well, they're from Minnesota, so it sounds more like, hey, I wanna come down and see you, hey? When's a good time to come see you? Not in August, because you'll be in the pool sweating and complaining. Come down in January and February. Oh, really? Yeah, that's Minnesota summer weather down here. That's why all the old folks, the snowbirds, leave Minnesota, because right in September on Labor Day, bam, the weather changes. Bam, it gets cold. Bam, the leaves are gone in 2 weeks. It's just incredible. And then it just gets cold. Then you get like a little Indian summer where it's warm for a little bit, and then it gets cold, and it's always cold. So usually by then, grandma, grandpa, mom, and dad, they move all the way down to Florida, because then the heat down here comes down. It gets cold up north, but you come in here and they're leaving back home where it's 50 degrees. They come down here, it's 60. They're living through 60, 70. Every now and then it dips down to like about 40, or they might have a hard freeze overnight where it's 29 degrees for one night, and then it's in its 30s, and it's like, back home it's 30 below. Hell, this is all right. And then when it starts to get hotter and hotter like it is right now, it's getting warmer and warmer. Today was like in the mid 80s. It's gonna start creeping up. Pretty soon it'll be 100 degrees and humid down here. They're out of here and they're back up north where Minnesota summer is starting, and it's 75, 80 degrees and not humid so much. And they kind of maintain the same weather level. When you come down here, my Viking thick blood just thinned out. So I got Southern blood now all the way. But I enjoy the weather change, what little there is down here. I do have fun every now and then. Every 5 or 6 years, it'll actually snow down here. Just a weird novelty to have it snow compared to, oh God, here comes winter, Or worse, even when I got married, it was the middle of February, and the week before we got married, it snowed. And after we got married, like a week and a half later, it snowed again. But it didn't snow on our wedding day. But our wedding day was, that Saturday was April 15th, which is tax day. So everyone always laughs and says, you got married on tax day? I say, yeah, well, I forget to pay my taxes or get an anniversary card, I'm paying a double penalty. You never forget tax day, right? Oh, who would? And then if it's your anniversary that day, you wouldn't forget that either, would you? Guess what? I've never forgotten my anniversary or tax day. So it did seem to work out pretty well. Accidentally, of course. In the words of Warren Zevon, I'm accidentally like a martyr. The hurt runs deep and the heart gets harder. But thank you for coming along, hanging out with me a little bit, sharing some time with me. Let me know in the comments how you're doing on your journey. I'd love to hear from it. What do you think of the Byrds? They really changed, didn't they? They changed music forever. And I'm hoping you're changing your lifestyle forever. We can get inspiration from music. We can get inspiration from the proper leaders. We can get inspiration from the proper religious leaders, because some of them are jackasses too. And I'm fond of saying there is no left or right policy, left wing, right wing. It's wrong or correct. You're either correct or you're wrong. Don't inflict your party on it. Don't inflict anything. Don't even inflict that hole in your soul, because you got to work on filling it. Not everybody else. Don't blame them. It's you. It's your responsibility. It's your life. It's your job to take care of yourself. Start by wiping from front to back. There's a good start, especially for people that do your laundry. They'll appreciate that. Make sure you're just truthful about things. And if something hurts your feelings, share it. Don't store it up and try to stick a shiv in someone later and fight over it. Those petty stamp saving things never get you anywhere. They never have, they never will. They'll keep you addicted, they'll keep you frightened, they'll keep you scared, they'll keep you in a corner, and you'll wonder why everyone's always looking at you, and you'll wonder why you feel like, I love cats, you feel like you're a cat with a long tail in a room full of rockers. It's pretty scary. Why do you want to do that to yourself? Be open, be as honest as you can, and if you are, it slowly closes off that hole in your soul that we all have. And then you might F it up again and it opens up. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Some people say, well, how's yours? But like that, you can still see the sweetheart of the rodeo. It's not completely closed off. And the other day I said something real stupid to Kim, so opened it up again. Gotta take care of those things. You know, you just gotta be open and honest. That's the most important thing you can do. I beseech you, I beg you to be open and honest. I hope that you're having a good time. I hope that everything is going okay as I walk off camera. No, I hope everything is going well with you. I really do. It's important that you do the best you can. It's important that you share with others. It's important that you try to be the most authentic person you can possibly be today. Because tomorrow, you try to replicate it and improve on it. It can be a challenge. Definitely a challenge. Not even can, definitely. I hope you're able to do that. I hope you're able to move forward. Please like and subscribe. It costs you nothing. Please share this video with other people that you know that might be struggling. They want to just go, what? That guy's been sober for how long? What in the hell? How long has he been sober? 14,269 days. 39 years and 23 days. 468 months and 23 days. You learned 16 ton. What do you get? Another day older and a deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. It's an old country song. Yeah, check it out. It's pretty cool. It's called 16 ton. Thank you from the bottom of my soul. Bottom of my heart, top of my soul, top to bottom, up and down. Here we go. Thank you very much. And now that I'm getting the accent back, in the words of Ringo, peace and love. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. I love the fact that you spend some time with us. I love the fact that you're helping us with the outreach program. I love the fact that we're building a community that's very important. And I love the fact that people are joining us. Thank you. Not only just in Houston, but all over the United States. And I'm getting people from overseas now. Because it doesn't matter if you're in Spain, you might have an addiction. If you're in Russia, definitely addiction. Because that's why vodka is the cheapest. So you drink as much vodka as you can to stop the pain. Because Putin and the government knows about that hole in your soul. Da, comrade. That's the reason why vodka is so cheap. You drink it, you don't feel it. The hole is still there, but you don't feel it. It's like magic. So don't you worry, vodka will always be inexpensive. They know. They're taking advantage of their people. Because addiction, doesn't matter if you're Russian, you're Indian, you're Canadian. How's it going, eh? Mexican. Ole. I'm telling you this. If you have a soul, alcohol and addiction is the most non-racist thing in the world. Let me say it again. It's the most non-racist thing in the world. Because if you have a soul, it wants it. If you're Canadian, it wants you. If you're in LA and you're a trans, it wants you. If you're in New York and you're in the mob, eh? Come on, eh? What are you gonna do, huh? It wants you. It wants everybody that has a soul, or what's left of your soul. It doesn't care if you're white, black, Asian, doesn't matter. Doesn't care if you're a Muslim, a Jew, or a Christian, or you don't believe in anything. Or maybe you're I was living in Tennessee, maybe you believe in the spaghetti monster. The Church of the Spaghetti Monster, that's pretty interesting. Or, I'm sure they probably have it somewhere, Family Guy, the Church of the Fonz. Whatever it is, if you're trying to do something for yourself and your community, and you have a soul, and you have an addiction, the addiction wants you, baby. It's coming for you. It'll get you if you're not careful. So be very careful. And thank you for joining us. Once again, peace and love. Peace and love, everybody. I'll see you again. I love the fact that you spend some time with us at the Temple of Sobriety. Thank you. I love you all. Have a great night.